The US military has said it'll begin blockading all maritime traffic entering and leaving Iranian ports tomorrow. President Trump had earlier pledged to block the Strait of Hormuz. His comments came after talks between senior US and Iranian diplomats in Pakistan broke down without agreement. Here's our World News correspondent Joe Inwood.
As J.D. Vance landed back on American soil, he was returning from a marathon, historic negotiation, but one that had not delivered a deal.
We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could, and they have chosen not to accept our terms.
After the talks, Iran said they'd not expected an agreement in a single session, but implied that one may be possible. The question now, what would President Trump do next? We did not have to wait long for an answer. Writing on social media, he said he would begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. He also claimed that other countries will be involved with this blockade. In the last half hour, the US military said it will begin tomorrow. It's a response to Iran effectively blockading the strait to the vast majority of ships. That's had a huge impact on the global economy, one that grows by the day. Ending this was a key objective of the talks in Pakistan. With that unsuccessful, this appears to be the president's new tactic.
It seems to be probably at least part of a negotiating strategy to ratchet up tension on Iran and also to hit them economically in terms of less revenues for Iran. Obviously, that's key for him. And as well as potentially put pressure on Iran's partners, such as China.
But speaking on US TV a few hours later, President Trump made clear it was not the only escalation available.
The only thing left, really, is their water, which would be very devastating to hit. I would hate to do it. But it's their water, their desalinization plants, their electric generating plants, which are very easy to hit. We could hit them, we could have them all down.
In Tehran, after nearly 40 days of constant airstrikes, to have pictures of negotiations on the front pages will come as some relief, even if they were not the headlines these people wanted.
I was really hoping they would make an agreement and reach a conclusion. It's been almost 45 days now, and I can see the stress in people. This is not what our country deserves.
I would have preferred that there was no war and peace and tranquility instead. But I think there's no other way than war and confrontation.
For now, while neither side seems willing to back down, neither seems to be rushing for a return to war. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
And Lise Doucette is in Islamabad tonight where the talks took place. The key question, Lise, of course, what happens now?
Yes, it's a question on many minds, and I'm sure many of our viewers tonight, is what happens to the shaky two-week ceasefire now entering its 7th day. It still doesn't include Lebanon, even though Iranian officials had said they wouldn't enter into talks until it did. And now that effectively there are 2 blockades of the Strait of Hormuz, that increases the risk of one side or the other opening fire, either deliberately or accidentally, and that could spark another dangerous spiral. And what about the talks? Well, both President Trump and the Iranians are indicating they are ready to return to the negotiating table. But while it is clear that some progress was achieved during this marathon, what is clear is that both sides have big red lines, especially when it comes to Iran's nuclear program. And neither side will be able to move quickly, easily, or at all, which means it's more likely to be escalation rather than negotiation.